Yo, how you doing? This is the Sounds Like Liberty podcast, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm your host, Nikki P, here with my, some broad, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Look at her over there.
Yep.
Now, before y'all go getting into what you're gonna get into, what we're gonna do is we're gonna say, we'll give a big shout out to Launchpad Media for having us on. This is episode number 64 that we're doing the whole, launching ideas in your direction thing.
Right.
Okay. It's been a good run. I'm glad we're there. We got that out of the way. Bada bing, bada boom. We got some shit to talk about this week. So, first things first, let's get some news out. This week we dropped, we had the Dave Chappelle, nonsense go on, and the world's trying to tell us that, half the people saying that, we need to not watch this, the other half the people saying it's the greatest thing ever since sliced bread. Where do you, as a black person, weigh in on this?
I mean, I don't weigh in.
Speak for all of your people.
As a black person, I weigh in as me person.
I'm going to speak for the Guidos, you speak for the coloreds, and we'll do it that way.
Done. But no, it's, I mean, I thought it was fine. It was a hilarious special.
But I get the distinct impersonation that if it wasn't in this time period, it would have been an okay,
Nobody would have said anything. It's true.
Yeah, I mean, Dave Chappelle's got some strong moments in it.
Mm-hmm.
I like the whole low key red pilling thing that I think he was sneaking in there in the bit at the end, but
Right. We won't say too much about that. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Yeah, just make sure to watch the epilogue and see what happens.
Yeah, right on.
What else we got news-wise? What's been going on in the world, huh? We got a few extra minutes. The interview was, nice and timely this time.
Nice.
So, what else we've been doing?
Well, we've been revamping stuff around here, talking about what we're
trying to get our lives in order, do the libertarian thing.
Yeah, personal responsibility and all that jazz.
Which when you're fuck up like me, it's a difficult thing to do.
I mean, there's always a process for everybody, I think. I think that's what people are, that's the real shit. Look,
when you're a dumb fucking mook, you do what you can, so.
Killing me. Jeez.
See, folks, you don't realize this is how I go around every day talking. This is what she has to deal with, is this nonsense. So, we've been working on doing some change in our lives, changing the show. Hopefully, the changes that have been happening to the show, y'all are feeling pretty good about. I know I'm enjoying it. Letting a few things go, giving up on some of the things I've been holding on to. I think that were more for me than for you.
Yeah.
If you like it, let us know though. If you don't like it, fuck off.
Yeah, you can always hit us up on Facebook. On the socials, Nick's on Twitter.
Fucking A right, I'm on Twitter.
Yeah, you love Twitter.
Fucking just flick that Twitter bean all over the place.
Yeah.
So, let's say it if, what do you want to know more about what we're talking about here today? Why don't you stop by soundslike.liberty.com, because I'm doing whole heaps of revamping the website. Gonna be migrating over to a new site here in a little bit, getting everything in order. Working on getting the Freedom Choir all fucking decked out like it's a 65 Cadillac, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's going to be pretty.
An old school Eldorado.
Yeah, it's going to be real nice.
But, you got to be in the Freedom Choir to find out about that, you know what I'm saying? So, I guess without further ado, we're going to move right on in here to this interview we had with other Nick.
Yeah.
The non-voting Nick.
Non-voting Nick, right.
Mr. Nick Irwin.
There's too many Nicks in this episode.
That's why I'm doing this. I'm going to let this out because
you're like extra Nick.
Yeah, the one of us has to be more Nick, more Nick than not Nick.
Okay.
So let's get into this. Enjoy some music. After the music, you're going to hear the episode. do this thing?
Yeah,
Liz?
I'm down. Let's go for it.
Well, welcome to Sounds Like Liberty, Mr. Non-voting Nick. Is that what we're going by? Or you go by Nick Irwin? Do you care?
Sure. I'm voting Nick.
Non-voting Nick.
Either one doesn't matter.
I made the picture to accompany this that says Nick Irwin.
Oh,
So-
okay. Well then,
And it's a picture of you in a Misfits shirt,
nice.
which is
Oh shit. Where did you find that?
it was somewhere on Facebook. I liked the photo though.
Man.
So the first question I have
Nice.
got for you is, what is the song that opens up your podcast? Is it Zombie Presidents and Anarchy or some shit like that? That's all I feel like I hear it saying. So what is that song?
Yeah, it's called Zombie Presidents. It's called Zombie Presidents. It's a song that the most popular song my old punk band did. Punk band was called SDA, short for Screaming Dog Army, just because we thought it was hilarious.
That
I
is
was in a
Zombie
band
hilarious.
called the
Presidents, and
Scoffy,
about
so-
how maybe if the president, if the presidents were somehow brought back necromantically, whatever, they would want anarchy. I don't know. Just some shit we wrote as 16, 17-year-olds, and I
I
like
like
it a lot.
that he said necromantically, and I'm like, okay, romantic with dead bodies. I get where he's going with this.
Just the whole vibe there is delightful. I'm
it's
okay
a
with
little,
it.
It's a little weird. The necromantics are definitely something I'm
We
down
were a
with.
weird-
though.
Yeah, we played with the necromantics.
No way. That's cool.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I have a feeling I would have liked these guys then.
There you go.
That's my kind of thing. My dad was a big Stray Cats fan growing up, and
Nice.
so like he kind of got me turned on to the whole rockabilly culture, and so psychobilly was just right there waiting for me when I grew up, and was like, yeah, this is cool and all, but like I like a little more aggressive music.
Can we make it creepier? I like creepy.
Can we add more dead bodies to this?
Because that's just
It
Nick.
always makes it better, right?
I mean, in general, that is why I like my TV programming and everything else. But I feel like it's okay, but there's not enough dead.
we need like more skin crawly stuff. Can we get that?
Are you a horror movie type guy? Are you into that kind of shit?
Not really.
Okay.
I like, I don't know. If it freaks me out, that's good. I'm just not a big gore fest kind of guy.
Oh, me
I'm
neither.
not a big fan of the gore.
Gore porn is not my thing. I was gonna say there was a really good
No.
Cinemax show for a while there called Masters of Horror, and they did all kinds of weird shit.
Mm.
But that your zombie president song reminds me of it reminds me of the feeling for this one bit that they did. One of the episodes was called Dance of the Dead, and it was like taking place in a post-apocalyptic world, and like
Nice.
there were like zombies and stuff around. Because essentially, like,
Yeah.
it was weird. It was some kind of chemical weapon that they used, and the people that like were affected by the chemical weapon didn't like they died, but they were like still able to move around. But like, I don't feel like they were sentient in any way. They were just kind of like you could electrically manipulate the tissue. Maybe it's a weird show, but it was real interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ew. But okay.
What do you know, woman? She's not into the creepy stuff.
I mean,
Hey, that's right up my alley.
I have my moments,
Post-apocalyptic.
but yeah.
Oh, it's the best stuff.
Yeah.
Post-apocalyptic is the way to go. So why don't you tell us, we just did this with you, why don't you tell us a little bit about how you found your way to this little neck of the woods? And tell us a little bit about where you are now
Sure.
anyways.
The neck of the woods as far as anarchy, or
Both, actually, because, I mean, you were hiding up in the mountains yesterday. It was difficult to contact you to remind you of the episode.
yes.
Nice.
He was like, I'm on a mountain.
Yeah,
so-
well, I guess it kind of does go. I guess it does kind of go hand in hand. I'm originally from Arizona, not the country, in a city, smaller city, but it just as far as anarchy goes, I've always had a problem with authority, and no matter where it's coming from, I don't like people telling me what the fuck to do because I think I can figure it out for myself. I have no problem taking good advice, but If you're telling me what to do against my better judgment, I'm not interested. And so I kind of just explored that feeling my whole life. And one of the things, it led me to skateboarding, which led me to punk music, which led me to meeting all kinds of different people who had the same ideas. And once the whole band, the Screaming Dog Army, kind of fell apart and I didn't have that anymore, it was just friends who weren't necessarily into the idea of anarchy or anything like that. And I remember I was sitting one day like, man, I need to find some more fucking people to talk to about this. So
how many of those people were asshole sellouts?
To see if any from the band, both people who were in the band with me, and both of them are. Fuck them. We had a whole West Coast and East Coast tour lined up, and they left for free college because their mom got a job at some college in Ohio.
Oh, geez.
Just pulled the rug out from under me. So, yeah, it sucked.
Well, as an entrepreneur, I can imagine they probably took the better choice, but
sure.
Really?
Yeah,
really?
You don't get paid much for underground punk music. Let me tell you.
True.
You get paid anything for underground punk music?
I mean,
beer.
Yeah, I was going to say something about drinking or girls throwing their undies at you, maybe.
Yeah, honey, no. If you've never been to an underground punk show, there's no women there.
Oh, fair enough.
There's like two guys' girlfriends, and then like one girl who you don't want any business of because she's got serious daddy issues. Otherwise, she wouldn't be hanging out with you guys.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know what punk shows you were going to.
Maybe that's how it is in the States.
It's very, very, very true. I grew up in the country. So, most of our women became cheerleaders.
Not exactly punk rock conducive environments, cheerleading.
No, not at all.
That's
why I became a cheerleader.
Just always makes me think of that movie.
Happy.
Anyway, go ahead.
Sorry before I derail that conversation.
Right?
There.
Jeez.
Sorry, people say things that I want to react to.
Okay.
I will say it is odd dealing with the satellite internet where like there's the lag.
Yeah, we're just like,
yeah,
pause.
sorry about that.
No, it's fine. It's just I'm not used to it.
It's working. It's good.
Yeah, it hasn't dropped out. That's awesome.
It's the yeah. No, it's pretty good about that, but that's the in the woods part of the story, I guess. Is meeting people online, but then meeting my wife. And I had been interested in homesteading and stuff. The idea just because I'd read a lot of Westerns, and then my mom had the Laura Ingalls Wilder Little House on the Prairie fucking books when I was younger. Check those out. And I was like, damn, man, I just want to go live in the country. I'm done with all this. Started reading more about it. Ended up meeting my wife. Same idea.
And here I thought it was just because you're obsessed with Firefly.
I do love Firefly. I am to misbehave. But yeah, ended up picking up out of Arizona and hoofed it up here to Washington. Figured either Washington or Idaho was the best place for what we want to do agriculturally with animals and whatnot. And like you said, I was up on a mountain picking huckleberries yesterday and trying not to get trampled by moose. So it's a good time.
You follow the actual anarchy guys at all?
I do not.
Yeah, they do movie reviews from a Rothbardian perspective. But they live up. The one guy lives up your way.
Oh, cool.
There's actually a bunch of people I know up in Washington.
Yeah, there's a few. Yeah, there's a few old groups and pages and stuff for Washington State anarchists, libertarians, and no one ever uses them anymore. So I've run into a few people, but that's about it. I'd like to have a whole gathering.
Facebook went and really, really fucked up the groups algorithm about a year ago. Like groups used to be awesome. They don't function well anymore. So, and not to mention like they've oversaturated because they made the site work so terribly that nobody posts on their actual pages anymore. So
you find people on Facebook and then you throw that out and go talk to people in real life.
So you're some punk kid with a problem with authority
in Washington.
No, in Arizona.
Oh, right. And
then he meets a woman and he's like, fuck it, baby. We're going to move out to the goddamn forest.
Right.
We're going to have shitty internet that we pay way too much for, but we're going to be in love in the woods. That sounds, I mean, I'm going to be honest. It sounds,
so far it's working.
It sounds good to me. I'm on board.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. I'm gonna hold you to that.
Oh no, that sounds good for him.
Oh,
It sure
okay.
don't sound good for me.
I'm like, what? So what do you mean? I'm like, there's a cabin. It's
You
right
see,
there.
part of him living in the woods also means no Indian food,
Oh, well,
no Greek
yeah,
food.
Yeah, we've been through that whole
no
thing
Thai
already.
food, Liz,
Right.
Hey, that's only a 30-minute drive down the road, man.
and you're
there
not
you
that
go.
far in the woods, homie.
No, not yet.
I'm like,
Not yet. Someday. That's why I have cookbooks, man. I make my own Indian food.
Oh, yeah.
it's not the same.
You're waxing poetic about Indian food. All right.
Can you tell I'm hungry? So from the music side of things, obviously you came from a punk scene, which is pretty common, I find, honestly, amongst
Mhm.
the anarchist libertarian crowd. What else is that pretty much what your musical interest consists of? Or do you go broader than that? Or are you kind of an all around guy?
Yeah, I love just about everything, but I would say now I'm a metalhead. As metal as I can possibly be.
I was gonna say, what does that even mean?
Specifically lately, and for a long. I don't know. As far as my tastes, metal.
Nice.
Well, I know,
definitely
but
not
what's metal?
metal as in
Ronnie James
But-
Dio metal,
yeah. Well,
or Machine Head
Dio,
metal.
I would consider there's so many different genres. Yeah, sure,
All of them.
But I specifically, I'm into folk metal. Folk metal.
Folk
That's
metal.
my shit.
Oh, that stuff's awesome.
It's all right.
I've only come across it on Bandcamp, so maybe that's just like the weird stuff of folk metal.
No. Folk metal's a thing. I mean,
It's all weird.
like
it's all weird.
Bill Hartar,
But
like
it's
shit
all
like
good.
that.
Like one of my favorites is Arcona. I love Arcona out of Russia.
Mm-hmm.
They're amazing. Alluviette, all kinds of good stuff.
I feel like we had one of their songs on our list for the FS365 project.
Okay.
I
Mhm.
don't remember.
Nice. Yeah, I
What's
just
it
like
called?
That was an interesting way of
They're
pronouncing
awesome.
that for the record.
hilarious.
Alluviette?
Yeah, I've always heard it Elevite.
Oh.
I don't know how the hell to say it. I've just read it.
I love when we have bands from other countries and you don't know how to fucking say their names.
I don't know. You know that thing.
Especially with the Norwegian bands.
Gotta go read the lyrics. Love it. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of swapped over from punk to metal. I think DRI was the thing that kind of
That'll
got
do
me
it.
into heavier stuff. And then I found the metal track.
I want to get a hold of the dude from Havoc. That's somebody I want to get on the show. I want to talk to him. Because they make some fucking great albums. His lyrics are fucking on point. My big thing is you never know who's an interloper, like who comes and stays for a little while in the crowd and then kind of eventually moves back to being a statist. It's always disappointing to me personally. Like there's a video that Reason posted a couple years ago, and it was by this person who wrote a song called "I'm in Love with Friedrich Hayek," and then moved on to become an intersectional feminist trans person, like fighting the patriarchy. You're like, you were so close. And then like
a hard left.
I guess not the good sense of the word. So, all right. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your show?
Yeah. I host Enemy of the State Stank Podstash by myself now. Had a co-host before, my good friend David Ballantyne, but he dropped off the show and is taking care of his life stuff. So I'm all alone, and it's pretty much just a long form conversation with guests is what I like to do. I like to spotlight anybody and everybody that has the seed of freedom growing within them, whether they're anarchist of any type or libertarian or whatnot. I want to talk to people and learn, and I want other people to hear those conversations.
I was going to say you
I
didn't
think it's
plant
important
the
that
seed in them, did you?
no.
You dirty rapist over here.
What?
We have
Someone
a
else probably
freedom
did.
rapist, Liz.
I'm like, wait, this took a turn. I'm sorry. What did I miss?
This gentleman over here is telling me he's
No.
planting seeds in people. Seeds of freedom.
I plant meme seeds
There you go.
aggressively.
There you go.
I think memes are very spiky little seeds that
In and
drive
out.
right into people.
In and out really fast and hard.
I'm done. I'm done with you. Jeez.
Sorry, I've been at this too long today. I'm now officially awake, which means
All
never-
bets are off.
yeah, it's never good when I'm actually awake
It's
doing
over.
this.
Okay.
When I'm firing on all cylinders.
Fuck,
and
I'm
trying
glad
to
we
be
did
funny.
my show first.
Right?
Like, I'm sorry, I'm ridiculous. That's the brand.
Okay. It's all right.
I'm here to make her look awesome. Like, I don't know how the hell she deals with that maniac.
Oh, geez.
Ridiculous. Anyway, so as you were saying, you like to have nice long form conversations. What kind of guests can you expect on there? Because I've been surprised at the breadth that you have. You kind of you don't tend to go for big names. It seems like you spend a lot of time talking to normal people out there, kind of living in the movement, and I really appreciate that because there's you fill in a lot of blanks that I don't think other people miss because of that.
Well, thank you. Yeah, that's what my main goal is, to create a platform where, everybody, someone who's not a big name, everybody who's not a big name can come out and talk, because I've met so many interesting, intelligent people, online, one side or another, with so much to say, so much that I want to know more about. I think that's important to get what they want to say out there. And the only time, I don't know, I think I've had like one big name, I guess, if you count Arvin Vora, maybe Dan Berman, if those are big names. I mean, they're big names somewhere, but it's generally people like that contact me, and I'm like, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I was curious how either of them got on
social
there.
media, like, hey, who wants to come talk? Yeah, they both asked. Actually, Vora's campaign staff messaged me. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Do you guys not know what this show is? Like, look at the black flag there. This doesn't say fucking LP back here.
Oh, jeez.
He wanted to, so.
I mean, I think in Arvin's case, I'll tell you on principle, I don't think there is anybody that comes across, like, frankly, harder than Arvin. Like, certainly in his messaging.
We agreed on a lot.
Like, I think there's those of us that are willing to try and let the LP not be a lost cause. I think that really is all it is because it is the biggest thing out there, theoretically talking about freedom. I'd like it to not get taken over by people that love cops. If at all possible. As he said, it does work as a way to shuffle people back to us. Where we can teach them what real fucking freedom is about.
Yeah, that's something that's kind of hard, is outreach for, black flag anarchists, agorists, all that kind of stuff. Really extreme as fuck to reach out to statists without them recoiling in horror. So
it's like
I guess the LP could be a pipe.
I'm a big fan of the Jason Stapleton program, despite a lot of my friends not being fans of them. And I will be the first to admit, he's pretty fucking statist by my standards. But you know, there's people like my brother who's, you know, perhaps liberty-minded, but still a fucking cop. And maybe that soft landing is what gets him to really start thinking about it. And then, you know, what they
Sure.
say, you know, for libertarian to anarchist, what's the difference? 6 months of reading.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know, but unless you can get them to
Yeah.
know those books even exist, like what the fuck are you doing? How do you do that without some form of outreach?
Sure. Well, then that's why I use memes, because I guarantee not every single person in the thousands of people that like the meme page that I run in conjunction with the podcast is an anarchist. But I think they're a good way to get out there, and that's what led me to a lot of books is memes with authors' quotes and or just, you know, some interesting little snippet on economics or who knows what. Like, fuck, I need to learn more about that because that sounds like something I need to know.
I mean, I think that if people truly understood economics, which, by the way, not surprising that they don't teach that in schools anymore, we would decide shit a lot differently. I'd also say that even if you do believe in a voting populace, how the hell can you vote if you don't understand how economics works?
Sure.
So, but I don't believe in voting, so there's that.
Yeah.
What's your favorite topic?
Can you tell that I don't?
All of a sudden, the event popped up on my phone. It says non-voting Nick. Is that how you do it to all people? Just to signal, it's like, you sure this is the guy you want to talk to? fucking statists. You don't make anybody like have
That's
to.
better.
Yeah, right on.
You don't make anybody have to show up and like give a treatise on your show, do you? Like, oh, this is why voting is bullshit, and I vow to never be involved in
No.
What is
I've ranted about that by myself enough.
He's like, it's self-flagellation at this point. So what is your favorite topic to cover on your show?
Right. I don't know. It kind of evolves, goes here and there. I like conspiracies because I think they're fun. But they're always fun to talk about. Especially when they turn out to not be absolutely batshit crazy. Like, I want to keep the whole Epstein conversation in the forefront. Expose any, you know,
whatever truth
sick
is there.
pieces of shit like that, and everybody that is working. Huh?
I said whatever truth actually is there.
Yeah, exactly. You never know, but I think that letting that slide by is a bad thing. That's why I try to bring it up.
They dropped the case, and we all know that means everything else is going to get dropped too. So it's like, whatever that would have led to, it's now not going to lead to because the guy fucking died. No, something was there. Keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we need to keep talking about it.
No, what's crazy though. So this whole thing came out in the past year. Yeah, if you like conspiracies, bro, and you're not listening to the propaganda report, you're missing out.
I guess I'm missing out. I'll write that down.
Because, dude, all that, like, she's like, yeah, we were talking about all of this 5 years ago. Like, all this information is old. But one of the things that's happened is there's a thing called the Google News Initiative, where they're like trying to promote.
Sounds bad.
Where they're trying to promote like local news networks, and it was one of these networks that was on a trial run of, you know, the program that broke this particular thing, and all of the information this woman uncovered was all out in the open like years and years ago. But they're making it like it's a new thing when it became politically viable for it to be a new thing to push an agenda that they wanted to push.
Oh, of course.
Like, the only reason it mattered was because of Acosta.
Hmm.
And it got Acosta out of there, so it did its job, and then we just had to end what it was. But there's nothing that was new information in there. I know that one of the people that they had,
That's not surprising.
One of the most recent accusers is someone who is actually an actress. Not a well-known one, but she has a credit on The Hangover.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, yeah, if you want to get into a real fucking rabbit hole and like the shit that's going on daily, because that's the thing, they do a thing called the Prop Report every day. It's just a half an hour kind of what's in the news and what it gets at. and then they do a weekly show. She actually has like a live radio program that she does where she takes calls and stuff like that in Atlanta.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah.
She's good for content, and there is some of it that's not like a huge time suck. Like it's sitting down for a half an hour a day and just listening to them talk about the conspiracy of the day is pretty good content. I gush.
Yeah,
This
I'll
isn't
check
my
that out.
podcast about podcasts. I'm spending too much time talking about it. So you're a musician yourself, obviously. You're in a punk band, or are you one of those punks that doesn't believe that like you can be a musician and be a punk? Like part of the being in a punk band.
No, not at all. I think it's a stretch calling me a musician though, because I was vocals. I've been vocals in the punk band and in a couple metal bands, and I've let that slip quite a bit. But I don't know. I play a little guitar and have a banjo and shit like that for fun, but nothing too deep.
Nice. What kind of banjo you play?
Oh fuck, I don't know. A banjo that my buddy gave me a long time ago.
I was gonna say 5-string or 4-string.
Oh, okay.
4-string.
Yeah, no, I have it took years for me to get from my grandfather and pry it from his fucking hands, but I have a 1923 Epiphone
Doggy.
Epiphone banjo.
It's flipping gorgeous.
Oh, it is gorgeous. Thing's heavy as fuck.
Nice.
It's like
I'm sure.
it's like holding a goddamn fucking cinder block. It plays a little nicer than a cinder block does, though.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, imagine.
So I'm curious if there's like specific music that you think really helps tell the story of our people that's out there. Any bands that really kind of come to mind, since you seem to be pretty well into what you're into.
Tell the story of our people. I don't know. I used to think shit like Rage Against the Machine, maybe, but not so much. I don't know. We brought up my favorite song as far as freedom goes, and that's a song by Pennywise. I think punk does a really good job, or used to do a really good job. I don't think punk's the same. We talked about that before this. That Bart Simpson meme is perfect.
Yeah,
punk now and punk what it used to, but. Yeah, and a lot of it people don't really think of a lot of music politically either. I like to go back and read the lyrics of a lot of metal bands and see what's in there. And there's some stuff that's really, political or apolitical, however you want to look at it, freedom oriented. I think there's hidden gems. I do like. I don't even think he has a band right now, but my friend Josh Orsch, he plays Gent, and I really like his lyrics and the music that he comes up with.
Gent.
And a lot of it is pretty revolutionary. Yeah.
Liz, spell it.
DGNT?
Wrong.
No.
DJENT.
DJENT.
Oh, J. I thought that's what she said.
She said G.
I did
J.
say G. You're right.
You ain't no G.
Gotcha.
Hey, how's it going? Nikki P here. Want to support the show or just give a big middle finger to Patreon? Consider stopping over to supportSLL.com. Members of the Freedom Choir get access to the private Facebook group and actual physical merch. Want access to the unedited raw interviews as they're recorded way before they're released? It's in there. Is that not enough? And you want membership to Freedom Song 365? It's in there. There's even monthly bonus swag for top tier supporters. So head on over to supportsll.com. Help Liz and I get to libertarian functions and even just cover the costs of making the show. If I'm not a good enough salesman, how about this?
Support my mom and dad and Sounds Like Liberty. Go to supportsll.com.
You heard her, folks. Join the Freedom Choir at supportsll.com.
So since you're talking about Pennywise,
Okay.
why don't we actually do some lyrical analysis, Liz?
Oh, right.
We're gonna have a look at. I don't think we've actually covered this song on here, have we?
I don't think so.
But "Fuck Authority" was it? You were saying was the one you liked?
That's right. That song gets me fucking pumped.
Nice.
Ready to start shooting stuff. Yeah, he's gonna raise his boogaloo flag high.
I mean, he's out there with the moose.
So how hilarious would it be if like we actually did have like a flag, black flag, and it just said boogaloo on it? Like, is it possible to take that army seriously?
Yeah. Once all the improvised explosives are going off
yeah.
and they're trolling you from the fucking wood line.
And there are a few things funnier to me than the look on the face of the of the Alphabet Boys when they see the landmine on top of the what the fuck is it?
Oh, the Roomba?
Yeah, the Roomba with a landmine.
It's ridiculous.
The Claymore Roomba. Hell yeah.
So someday you gotta find another way. You better write your mind and live by what you say. Today is just another day, unless you set your sights and try to find a way. It sounds so hopeful.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm curious.
Well, and I like that beginning too. Personal responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of the things I was gonna say. Like for me, one of the best offsides of like finding libertarianism to me was the whole. It's the best self-help seminar in the fucking world. Like it just says, "Hey, go out and fix shit. Mostly yourself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Get to work."
Yeah. Handle your shit.
Fix you first. Yep.
Which, as much as I don't particularly buy into the Jordan Peterson bandwagon, I do think that is an important message that fucking young boys haven't gotten in a long while.
Hmm.
Yeah, go handle your shit.
Yep.
Ain't nobody gonna do it for you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I like that's a good way to start things out. I say fuck authority, silent majority, raised by the system. Now it's time to rise against them. We're sick of your treason, sick of your lies. Fuck no, we won't listen. I like the rhyme scheme or lack thereof. What do you think, Liz?
Easy punk rock, man.
Yeah, no, it sounds like very what I thought punk rock was back in the day.
Pennywise, to me, like, I've always kind of looked at this Pennywise as being a poser band because, like,
They say all the stuff, but they don't do all the stuff.
they're not like they're maybe a little too on the nose at times.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong, it's good stuff, but at the same time, you're like,
I don't look any further. I don't look any further than the song I like. All right.
Gotcha. Okay.
Don't shatter my Pennywise dream right now.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, I mean, like you said, he's fucking laying it right out there for you, laying that shit bare.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
What is this? So, what do you think? Like the whole silent majority thing he's getting at is? You think that he just thinks that we're all truly like this, and we're just kind of keeping quiet? Because that's one of those things that I take a gripe with. I sadly think most people are kind of shitty and stupid. I think it's bared out the way that American politics has worked the way it has. Like, no, you're all fucking dumb. Apparently, like, I don't think freedom is as popular as we want to believe it is. People like being slaves, man. It seems like. No,
I don't think so. I definitely don't think that. I don't know at the time he was writing this what he was thinking, but what it seems to mean for me now is silent majority. Like the majority of Americans did not vote in the last presidential election. They elected nobody. So silent majority just stays the fuck out of it.
Yeah, I'd like to believe that.
Mm.
But you know, they continue to kill black kids across the country, and we're not doing anything to stop that either. So they're voting by not getting involved with that.
Apathy and there's a fine line between apathy and non-participation in whatever system you think is the wrong one.
Mm.
Well, when you read some lyrics, Liz?
Sure. We left off at.
We're gonna open your eyes.
We're gonna open your eyes. Frustration and domination. Feel the rage of a new generation.
Did this just become sexual?
No. We're living, we're dying, and we're never gonna stop trying. Stop trying. Stop trying. Stop trying.
Okay.
So again, that is kind of hopeful. Like, no, you got to keep fighting. And you know, this new generation is about this. I don't know that I feel like our current new generation is about this. But.
What are they up to right now? What is Pennywise doing? That's what I want to know. Did they stop trying?
Is the Warp Tour still happening? They're probably roading around.
Last I knew, the Warp Tour had Katy Perry on it, so I couldn't fucking tell you what's going on with it.
That doesn't mean they're not there.
Well, yeah.
In fairness, I remember seeing The Living End back in like '96 at the Warp Tour, and like Eminem was on the rise. I think Eminem was on the tour, and they were just on stage. There was
Really?
a big
Wow.
fuck you to Eminem from everyone in Australia.
Nice.
And it was tight.
There you
Nice.
go.
You're a big Eminem fan, right?
I like some Eminem. No, I wouldn't say I'm a huge Eminem fan, but
So, you know the time is right to take control. We got to take offense against the status quo. No way, not gonna stand for it today. Fight for your rights. It's time we had our say.
And I think that might be the biggest thing as far as the silent majority thing, because I think people are really comfortable with the status quo until something happens to them.
See, but it's lines like that that also kind of make me feel like a little weird about it. It's like, because even in that line, it's time we had our say.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what do you want to say on? Because if it's my life, fuck off.
Okay.
he tells you right there. He tells you in the next line what he wants to say.
He wants to say fuck authority.
Yeah.
That's fucking right. We don't need to go any further than that. What the hell?
He's just getting all hyped, like, oi, oi, oi.
Let's see. I think it is a lot of repeating after that point, honestly. That's the best part about punk songs. They've got like 2 verses and everything else is just repeating the same nonsense.
Pretty much.
And so
He exploited.
absolutely. I guess to me it's well I hope that exactly the way you take this song is the way he meant that song. But I do feel like there are
I'm sure it's not.
no, it's just I feel like especially amongst that era of like punk people, punk rockers, dude, they all bit way too fucking hard on that Hillary bandwagon. Like so many of them were all, we gotta keep Trump out of the
Like
White
no
House.
effect.
Oh, Jesus Christ. NoFX actually is written like has the lyrics "Call it libertarian because we do as we please" in a fucking song, and I can't imagine a bigger fucking
Dude.
statist than. Don't get me started on Fat
I went
Mike.
I went and saw NoFX fucking Rock Against Bush tour, and they had Jello from Dead Kennedys there with them, and he, it was a good show and whatnot. And then Jello was at a table, and he was signing dollar bills or whatever he had for people. And I went to get an autograph, and he said, "Are you registered to vote?" I'm like, "Fuck no, I'm not registered. What the fuck kind of question is that? I'm not signing you a fucking autograph then." Like, okay, well, I'm
Wow.
done
Was that
with
Fat
you
Mike or
fucks.
Jello?
What the fuck are we here for? That was Jello that said that.
Which is so frustrating because Jello is so fucking good on so much, and like, so fucking frustrating.
Well, that sucked too, because we took a lot of influence from Dead Kennedys. My old band, we loved Dead Kennedys. And
That's
it's
actually
like,
really,
really?
that's actually really
Want you to
surprising to
fucking make
me
you register?
because I was just
Mhm.
watching an interview he did. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's kind of a douche, but he is,
Yeah.
he's Jello. But no, I was watching an interview with him, presumably from like 2015, and it was him talking about the war in Syria. And or no, it was maybe in 2013.
Hmm.
But like he's talking about all this shit, and it's like, this is all shit that's still in the fucking news. This has been going on this fucking long, dude. It's so frustrating.
Yeah.
Like, can
It
you
is.
just not rob me to fucking blow up black kids? Could we not do that?
Exactly.
Seems simple.
Dude, I got into a fight with somebody like a couple months ago, and my friend of mine posted one of the, like, she's not a libertarian. She just posted it because she and tagged me in it because she knew I'd like it. And it was one of those, to tell someone today, you're beautiful, you can do it, taxation is theft,
Yeah.
It's one of those stupid, silly memes. And some, this dude literally comes back with the whole, yeah, and we'd have no sidewalks. To which my response is, okay, I see where this guy's.
Bro,
Yeah.
Well, so what I do is like I come in this from like the hardest lefty fucking stance you could possibly come at him, and I'm like, well, I'm glad that dead brown kids in fucking the Middle East and dead black kids in Detroit are worth your fucking sidewalks. Like, I'm glad that that's so important to you, that killing fucking people, and like,
yeah.
and he valiantly tried to come back at me, and I'm like, oh, okay. So you want to move the goalpost to fire departments? Well, there's a lot of volunteer fire departments in the fucking U.S. or people don't have
Yeah.
money to afford to pay them full time. Either way, I'm glad that you still think an occasional house burning down is worth dead fucking black kids. Like, at the end of the day,
Well,
there is no moral justification. Like, that's the end result.
No.
That's bad. Like, I don't fucking
Well, it's
care what you
just-
want.
There's such stupid questions like who's going to do this and who's going to do that. It's the same fucking people that are going to do it. It's they're going to get paid differently.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Like, it's not like the government owns road paving machines.
Right.
They fucking pay a
Right.
company to do it. And in my opinion, probably too much.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah,
how
because
my
somebody's
dad,
brother owns the company.
Right.
my
and
dad,
there's a
my dad's an
contract
inspector, so I know how they pay those fucking things out. I know how the bonus structure works, and yeah, they overpay the fuck out of them. They also
Oh, yeah.
don't use the best technology
Everybody
to
wants a
do them.
government job.
Ah, it's so fucking frustrating. So, yeah, let's give him one of the hard questions.
Whoa. We still have to decide where that goes on the scale.
Oh, that's right. So on a scale of Bob Dylan to Eric July or Lou Bega, where are we going to put this one?
The song?
Yep. Yeah, that's
Are you rating Bob Dylan as the top?
No, Bob Dylan is super commie. And then Eric
Yeah,
July.
we're rating it
Okay.
on a commie to
Oh, okay.
libertarian scale.
Okay, if we want to get in depth with this, I don't like that he mentions treason, implying we're sick of your treason, implying a existence of a state. Time we had our say, I think that was vague, like you brought up. I think it's definitely leans more towards Eric July. I don't think it's anywhere near Bob Dylan.
Which is terrible because Bob Dylan wrote some great anti-war songs, but he's commie trash still.
What are you going to do?
I just can't stand Bob Dylan.
There's that also. It could be so you can go. There is the middle ground, which is Lou Bega.
How is that the fucking middle ground?
Well, I mean, you're not
Well,
saying anything at that point.
yeah.
You're just kind of like,
You can stake your ass to it. It's not going to push you either
yeah,
way.
it's
but, you
not
know.
offensive. It's just
Whatever.
kind of, yeah, all right, well, there we are. I'm
I
excited.
think we're definitely more towards Eric July.
I think I'm
I
going to
agree.
say we're left of Lou Bega too, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're definitely not in Lou Bega territory. If nothing else, he
Yeah.
does immediately say "fuck authority" a lot,
Yeah.
and I feel like that deserves. I have some questions about how honest he is about that, and it has more to do with my questions with just the punk scene in general. Like, I know you say "fuck authority,"
Sure.
but when you actually get into practice, do
Yeah.
you really fuck authority, or do you kind of say, "No, give it to me here, Daddy"?
Yeah. But if you were actually going by, what the song is on the surface saying, then yeah, that would be
I find
pretty,
there's like so many songs because like you
pretty
said,
Eric July.
Rage Against the Machine you brought up earlier. Like they say a
Yeah.
lot of good stuff in songs.
Yeah.
And then, go and vote for Hillary.
Yeah, exactly. That shit sucks.
It's so frustrating. Have you listened to the what the fuck song is it? Run
Oh,
Run Rabbit Run by it's Tom Morello featuring Killer Mike and Big Boy of Outkast.
No,
Who
I
dude?
haven't. Sounds interesting though.
Oh shit! Like that whole fucking jam. It's the whole song. I mean, it's obviously about what do you do when the rabbit's got the gun, and to watch the video all of the choruses just starts fucking rapid flashing every black kid that's been gunned down by a police officer in the fucking.
Damn.
It's pretty intense to
That's rough.
watch, and like both Killer Mike and Big Boy have some crazy fucking bars on it. Like some of the shit.
yeah.
Killer Mike, who's really good on some stuff and really horrible on others. I mean, dude, it all boils down to economics. Like literally, it's always what it is to me. Like if he understood the economics of what he wants to happen, he wouldn't want it. Like if the end results, like it's like, yeah, dude, I want to end the prison industrial complex the same as you fucking do. You know, but what you're doing isn't going to do that. So let's not do that. I don't know.
Absolutely.
So yeah, as I was saying for Liz reminded me we never did our scale. Let's give one of the hard questions.
Okay.
Do you have a single moment in your life that is inextricably linked to a song?
Yes, and I don't know why. I just know it evoked an emotional response at the time. I'm not sure why at all, but Mordecai by Between the Buried and Me got me extremely emotional when I was sitting in my car when I was 20, just coming off a night shift at a warehouse for some reason. Probably a lot of shit going on in my head, a lot of shit going on with relationships and whatnot. And I was kind of
Coming off a night
transitioning,
shift at the warehouse
figuring
is
out.
a rough moment.
Yeah,
I've been there.
yeah.
If I
I
remember night
just heard
shift
it, and
correctly,
the
you
sun
don't
was
see
coming
people
up
a
over
lot.
the mountain. Yeah,
Night shift people don't have
but
friends.
yeah. I don't know. It's one of the. Yeah, no. I almost lost friends because they wouldn't stop fucking partying when I had to sleep. Just living with 3 other dudes. But yeah, it's one of the only songs to get a couple tears out. I don't know why, but I've always held on to it since then. I like it a
Like
lot.
Between the Buried and Me, that's some good stuff.
Yeah.
Are they metal?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
They do a really good cover.
Metal's a big club, man. Metal's a big club, and a lot of people are in it.
They do a really good cover of Soundgarden song,
Oh.
"The Day I Tried to Live." Their fucking version of it's pretty
Mm.
tasty. It's also considerably.
I was not a
wonderful.
fan of their Kickstart My Heart cover.
Oof.
I didn't know that happened, but now I have to go listen to this like immediately when I get off the fucking the podcast for that. That's ridiculous. So
Yeah.
nice. That is a good memory though. Like it is a good position to have memories. Like because for me, I have access to so many different points in my life emotionally because of how important music is. And I feel like people, like if you ask someone who says, oh, you know, I listen to everything, I feel like those people inherently are incapable of having access like that to like their own emotions. Because, you know, it's just immediately, boom, I can transport myself back to a certain place.
Well, maybe for them it's movies or food or something. I don't know. That
Yeah,
makes them
honey, we all
incapable.
have the same triggers. Like all of the things do all the things. You
Right.
just- why not add more triggers?
Okay.
Maybe people just don't want to feel emotions. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I think listening to everything's fine. I think being passionate about, maybe a certain genre over the others might be a little more important.
Oh no!
to
You
some depth in that
misinterpreted
situation.
what I said. Listening to everything is fine.
Okay.
I listen to everything.
Mhm.
She'll vouch. There's not a thing on this planet that I don't listen to. Saying that sentence inherently means you don't listen to anything. Like when
Gotcha.
when you say those words, you're saying I don't want to think about this because I don't care. It's not that you
Right.
do listen to everything. It's that you listen to nothing and don't want to think about that.
Right on.
Well, I also say I listen to everything because unless you want to sit and have me rank the genres,
No, that was exactly what
find
I wanted, though.
the best for the next half.
Like this is going to complicate things.
I absolutely wanted you to sit there and rank genres, and I need to know where shoegaze ranks
Oh, God.
next to modern industrial, next to modern guitar prog.
Mm.
Where do
Oh
those
my
three
God.
things stack
I'm not
up
going
against
that
each
deep.
other?
I'm going to rank about 20 categories of metal, followed by probably Hank the Third. Who knows what else?
So, what was the first Hank the Third song you ever heard?
Oh God.
Crazed Country Rebel.
Really? I think the first
Yeah,
thing
I
I
love
ever
that
heard,
one.
the first thing I ever heard by him was actually a cover song, and it was "Those Poor Bastards" pills I took.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one. You know, that might be one. I can't remember. Maybe that's one. I remember
Don't know what they were.
I was in a bar. Yeah, that's it. That is the one.
Don't know where I
was
got
in a
them.
bar. I was in a bar called the Surly Wench in Tucson with my buddy Nick, and we were playing pool, and we walked away from the table. We were the only ones in there except for a lesbian couple, and they started just playing pool with our table. And because it was a lesbian bar, I found out. I was not aware of that before. It was a great bar. But they started playing pool with our game we had going on. And we're like, hey, we were playing, and they got real aggro real quick. And Nick was another guy named Nick. There's 3 people on the show we're talking about named Nick.
I know.
He was, smoothed out the situation very well. And he's like, oh, go ahead and play. I'll put down quarters for the next game. And how about I buy you a song on the jukebox? What do you want to hear? And it was that Pills I Took song that they requested.
Oh,
Yeah,
there you
if
go.
you
That
ever
might
listened
be
to the
the first.
original,
Yeah, absolutely.
good old Doom Country.
You gotta love it.
Those poor bastards. This is funny because I really like them, but I'm also a really big fan of Them Crooked Vultures, and I find it funny. It's like these strange names that begin with them or those. Who names their band with such a non-specific fucking pronoun?
Portugal the Man.
Oh, I do love Portugal the Man.
Some
as a
country
name.
motherfuckers. Them over there. Those.
Right.
Y'all.
So, do you actively play music at all with anyone? Do you make anything of your own? You release?
Not right now, no. I got a buddy who is a guitarist in my last metal band who's still writing stuff, and we've been talking lately about maybe putting some lyrics to some of the stuff he's writing. So, but yeah, nothing right now.
Okay. Anything you wanna plug while we got you? Where can I send people to?
Just the show. You can send them to thedankpodstash.com and they'll find everything from there.
Oh yeah.
And what is the actual, you say it's dank, but how dank is it?
It is the dankest of the dank.
Nice.
Like you could think dank basement. It's not dank like that. It's like you stick your nose into a jar of the dankest weed. You're not sure if it's skunk or if it's weed. That's how dank it is.
Okay. Sounds pretty dank. And I don't really know
Liz
what
is like,
dank
I have
means.
no idea what any of those terms
Right.
is whatsoever.
I was
She's like,
mostly
I
just
spent a lot of
making it up as
I
I
spent
went.
a lot of time at church
Word a lot.
camp, and none of that means anything to me.
Absolutely. Absolutely accurate.
It means only slightly more to me, which
That's
is
fair.
part of the humor in it. 'Cause I'm pretty goody two shoes.
But that's all right. His people are out there listening to this, and they're going to be like, "Oh shit, that's my jam. I should listen to this podcast." So
I hope so.
Are you guys telling me you don't know what yeet means?
Oh, I absolutely have no fucking clue what yeet means, and I'd like to keep it that way.
is that the name of Yeezy's new album? Is that the new thing?
I don't know. You're talking about the boogaloo and you haven't secured your yeet cannon yet. I don't want to hear about it.
Oh no, I'm fascinated. That's an other thing. I'm fascinated by the people that are obsessed with the boogaloo. Do you have you? So one of my friends posted a meme. I don't even know if it was a meme. I think it might have just been an advertisement for a gun that shoots cartridges of 10 rifle 10 rifle bullets at the same fucking
hell?
time. It probably looks to be like a fucking 6-inch cartridge, and you just see actual
That's legit.
real. I believe the comment after that was, I was cleaning my room today and I found 2 guns I forgot I have.
Jeez. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
He's got to keep those people around. That's all I know.
Sure. I'll stay on their good side, apparently.
Liz, that's why
Those
you're
that are
here.
gonna yeet the alphabet boys.
Liz, you're here because I'm a surly asshole. People have to like us, and you're the only way to make that happen. Otherwise, I'm being left out in the cold. There's no fucking way around that.
Right on.
Nick, it has been awesome having you on. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. You go on and
Oh yeah, thank you.
have yourself a good Sunday or whatever day it is we're doing this. I don't remember anymore.
Thanks.
You guys too.
Yeah, so that was the interview.
Goddamn right that was the interview.
It was great.
I think it went well.
I think it would. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
You know, I think I did my best to not piss the guy off too much.
I think you guys got on all right. Yeah.
You can never really tell, though. That's the thing. You can never really tell. You know, until you got him in front of your mother, and you know they're noshing the macaroni, and they got the gravy on it.
Okay. But yeah, we just wanted to come back and say, yeah, we hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for listening.
You could stop by, support SLL to drop a few pieces of coin at us.
And
Let us know, hey, we like what you're doing. We'd like you to have the money to keep doing it because this shit's expensive. Even on the cheap, this shit's expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always the show notes that Lizzie fucking crafts over there and does like all the learning for you.
Try to throw those links in there for you.
That you want to know what the music is, that's always the place to find the music.
You can support the artists that we play on the show, or just discover some new music, because we try to get that out there for you.
Yeah, the music's the fun part for me. So, you know, I guess other than that, you know, once again, thanks for stopping by. You have yourselves a good day. Happy Wednesdays.